1985, Caracas, Venezuela. The plane that came back, Part 2. At 12:37 p.m. on July 9th, 1985, Caracas International Airport detected an unidentified aircraft looping in low over the runway. It wasn't on any schedule. It had no transponder, no call sign. Radar confirmed it was real, but the controllers were confused until a calm, confident voice came through the static. "This is Pan Am Flight 914, New York to Miami, requesting permission to land." The tower fell silent. Pan Am 914 had disappeared in 1955, 30 years ago. Official records said it vanished without a trace over the Atlantic. Yet here it was, circling the Venezuelan capital. Despite confusion, the tower cleared the aircraft to land. What came next shook everyone. Descending from the clouds was a Douglas DC-4, a 4-engine propeller plane retired long ago. The aircraft touched down effortlessly, wheels screeching on the hot tarmac. As emergency crews rolled out, ground control crews approached cautiously. The plane looked perfectly intact, just old. Outdated livery, no modern modifications, a flying ghost. The cockpit window slid open. A man leaned out, sweaty, pale, disoriented. "Where are we?" he asked. "You've landed in Caracas," came the reply. The pilot's eyes widened. He stammered, No, we left New York this morning. It's July 2nd, 1955. Airport staff stared, stunned. Through the windows of the plane, passengers could be seen, some reading newspapers dated 1955. A woman clutched a handbag. A boy played with a vintage toy plane. Everyone looked real, but frozen in another era. Before authorities could board the plane or ask more, something shifted. The pilot turned fearful. He shouted to someone inside. Then, in a sudden frenzy, the engines roared back to life. Crews yelled for him to stop, but the plane jerked forward, made a sharp turn, and took off again, vanishing into the sky just as suddenly as it had arrived. No radar trace, no communication, nothing. Airport staff were ordered into silence. Government vehicles showed up within the hour. Witnesses were interrogated. Reports disappeared, but stories leaked. A maintenance worker claimed he found a 1955 calendar on the ground near the landing site. Inside were handwritten notes. "Hotel in Miami, July 3rd. Buy swimsuits. Dinner at 8. Each note was dated in blue ink, the kind that had long since faded in modern use. More startling still, in 1993, a leaked memo from Venezuelan air traffic archives surfaced. It confirmed radar logs and included audio tapes from the control tower on July 9th, 1985. The pilot's voice was recorded asking, "What year is it?" When told it was 1985, he went silent, then whispered, "We weren't supposed to be here." A Venezuelan journalist, Juan de la Corte, began digging deeper. He located the original Pan Am manifest from 1955. 57 passengers, 6 crew, all presumed dead. But what he found in the death record shocked him. A few families had never held funerals. One woman had kept her husband's toothbrush in a drawer for decades. One mother never changed her son's room, claiming she had dreams of him still flying. One son said they received postcards from Miami for 2 years after the plane vanished. A retired CIA analyst who saw the radar data claimed the aircraft's reappearance defied physics. Some whispered it was a Cold War experiment in time manipulation. Others believed it slipped into a temporal rift, a wrinkle in reality that allowed the plane to fly straight through time, but only for those on board, where no time passed. The most disturbing theory came from a pilot in Colombia who in 1999 claimed he saw an old DC-4 gliding above the Andes. It had no tail number, no radio contact. But as it passed overhead, he saw a child waving from the window. Pan Am records were later purged. The flight log of 914 was erased from multiple archives. The airline collapsed in 1991. Some say it was coincidence. Others say it was cleanup. No wreckage has ever been found. No passengers identified. But stories persist. Sightings of an old silver plane with vintage livery circling quietly above the Caribbean, never landing. It raises the question, what if the passengers aren't lost, but trapped? Trapped in a moment. Trapped in a loop. Every time it nears landing, something goes wrong. Panic, confusion, a force pulling them away. Maybe the pilot remembers what happened the first time they landed. Maybe he knows now they don't belong here. No one knows where Pan Am 914 is now. Maybe it's gone for good. Or maybe one day it'll return again. Not to land, not to explain, just to remind us that time doesn't always flow in one direction. And sometimes the past comes looking for answers, even if it can never stay.